Hey friends, so you know that I've been sort of teasing this one for a big long time because this is probably the most important person I have ever had on the podcast before. She's the most important person in my life. I would not be here without her in the most literal of senses. And you've been asking to meet this woman for decades. I mean, literally, everybody wants to know her. You guys say, Nicole, how did you get like this? This is how I got like this. I am so excited for this long-awaited episode that my mother has flown in from Ghana, West Africa to join us today for what is guaranteed to be both laughs and learning and so much love. And I'm thrilled, and it is an honor and a privilege to introduce you to my mother, Margaret. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Nana.
I'm so glad that you're here today.
I'm glad to be here.
All right, awesome. Thank you for being here. So I know that you're a little bit nervous. Are you nervous?
Very.
I think it's funny that you're nervous because you are probably like one of the first people that I know when we go places to be on the dance floor, to hang out, to say your opinion. But all of a sudden you're shy. Why are you shy today?
Maybe because there's no music.
There's no music, right? Maybe there's like background music, cocktails. You like a party. That's what it is. That's what it is. You like a party. Well, I'll ask the questions and you just give the answers. How's that? So the first thing that people always ask me is, was I always like this? Like, was I always a extroverted, like loud child with a big energy, or was I like a calm kid?
No, ever since day one.
Day one?
When you were born, you were we knew who you were going to be when you get older.
Are you serious?
Yes, because everywhere we go, people always talk about you, how well you're going to be when you grow up, how pretty you are.
Oh, so I tell the truth, Mom.
People were also asking me. They were telling me to take you to like modeling places where they do like commercials, TV commercials.
To put me on TV from a young age. So this is a thing.
Yes, and everywhere that we go, especially to the stores, almost everyone we meet, you will be everybody will be approaching you, and especially with a smile.
Oh, really? Oh, Mom.
So it's like a vibrant in everywhere you go.
Oh my gosh.
So it's something that I'm not even surprised about.
Really?
At all, because I know
this is nice.
It's supposed to be.
So y'all, I just want to let you know, I've always been a lot. I've always been, so okay, thanks, Mom. It's all very sweet. But personality wise, would you say, was I the type of kid who like sat down and was quiet, or did I always speak up? Did I talk a lot in class? What type of kid was I?
You talk a lot.
That's it. I just talk a lot.
You talk a lot. You serious with your classes, but when it comes to playing, you play a lot too.
I was a lot of energy. Could you keep up with me? Was I a lot to keep up with?
I know how to calm you down, and I know how to grab you.
So you managed to make it work.
So you can sit still.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, but you were not a problem at all.
Well, and you're used to kids, so you grew up with a big family.
Yes.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
My mom had 10 children.
Whew.
And I was the second. So I kind of, my mother was a school teacher. So whenever she's not around, I am the one who's there helping.
Like
her.
The responsible one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as you know, growing up in an African home, it's not like you have a whole bunch of help. So sometimes I have to do assist with my mom and help the children and the siblings, I should say. Help them
with whatever they need,
everything that they need.
But that's part of the culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that bathing, cleaning, washing, all that.
How did that feel growing up, always being the one who was helping out a lot?
I think beginning, I enjoyed it because I was little and eager to learn.
Sure.
But as I got older, I think it seems like it was getting a little too much for me.
Yeah.
I remember sometimes I used to complain.
Yeah, that makes
that
sense.
I'm tired and so on and
Yeah.
forth.
Well, I mean, also for anybody, having that many children is not easy.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
And you want to live your own life too.
Yes.
Yeah.
But my mom, when my mom is home, she helps. It's not that she leaves everything to me, but only when she's not around. That's when I have to make sure that I keep an eye on the kids.
No, for
make sure that they eat, they fed, they took their bath, they do whatever that they're supposed to, including even homework.
Right. I
make
mean,
sure that they
everything.
also do their homework.
That's a lot. I will say that what's interesting about hearing this from you, and I've always known, like I've met obviously my aunties and uncles, so I know that you have a big family, but growing up, and I talk about this in my book too, you've always been the person who's pitching in, who's helping, who's taking care of people. The way I would describe you as a nurturer. You're always someone who's nurturing and raising and supporting. That's your nature. And I wanted to ask you, I know that's what you automatically do, but how does it feel knowing that you always put yourself second?
At that time, I don't think I was really thinking too much about that, because I just felt like you have to help people.
Sure.
And that's who I am. So because when someone needs help and I'm there and I'm capable of helping, sure, I won't complain. I will do it.
So that carried into your adulthood as well?
Exactly.
How do you feel like that showed up like at work? Were you, when you would get into your careers, because you worked as a secretary, you've worked at a boating insurance company, these different places, did you feel like you were always kind of the person who was there to pitch in, to help, to always stuff like that?
Yes, I was there helping those who, especially the new employees, when they come in, I will be training them. I have to help in the areas that they are kind of limited. I train them whenever, because of that, we really form a very good relationship. Yeah. And always, whenever they need help, they will always come to me instead of even going to
the bosses and stuff.
Yes, they will come to me, and I will have to accompany them to the boss. Sure. Or maybe I have to pass the information to the boss. And it works. It's my nature.
It is your nature. So, I remember, if there's anything I remember the most about growing up, it was that you were always helping someone, whether it was at work or if we went to somebody's party, like whether it was an outdooring or a holiday thing, you were the person that we would find in the kitchen helping out, you know, and that's how you are. But I have to say, Mom, you were also really tired growing up. I felt like you were always really tired. Is that something that I just saw from the outside, or did you feel tired too?
When you are like that, if it's your nature, even when you are tired, you can't even tell.
It's like a different type of tired.
Yes, yeah. Because it's you have to help.
Sure.
That's how I was feeling.
Yeah.
So I won't feel tired until maybe when I sit down.
Right, and then you're like, oh, what a day.
Also looking forward to, seeing that everybody's happy and everything went well. And that's all I keep looking up to. And that's what kept me going.
So would you say that you get most of your joy from seeing other people happy?
That's exactly. Even when I cook, I prefer people eat my food and enjoy while I haven't even tasted it. Because that's how I feel like.
So there's a line in my book that I write where I say that one of the things that I witnessed a lot is that for you, self-sacrifice was the highest form of love. To sacrifice of what you needed, what you have, all of that. Where do you think you learned that giving is the best way? Do you feel like people gave a lot to you growing up?
I would say,
or people helping you?
Some people, some, not all. In this world, we do have selfish people, and we do have people who are also caring.
Yes,
and care about the others. There are certain few people who
is there someone who comes to mind?
Didn't even appreciate what you do.
That's good.
And there are some also who really love to, always there, always like, it's like the person I scratch her back and she scratches back.
Right.
And that's life.
That is life. Is there anyone who you can really think of from growing up or from your past? Because you came to the States at a very early age. I think you were, what, 18?
No, I was 20.
20. Okay, so you're 20. So, I mean, still young. So when you came to the States, is there anyone who kind of stands out in your mind as being someone who really helped you or was in your corner or someone you could really count on?
Okay. Are you referring to as a friend or
Yeah,
a
like
relative?
a friend or anyone. I mean, a coworker, a story, anyone who comes to mind where you're like, man,
yes,
I felt like I was supported in this relationship.
I met so many people.
Yeah.
But if I have to call one person, there is one person, amazing, remarkable woman called Sally.
Oh.
And I met her while we were through work. We worked together and we became very close then. And Lord knows, maybe God put us together. And ever since we've been close to, ever since, and whenever, she needs something, I'm there. Whenever I need something, she's there.
So you consider her like a best friend who's almost like a sister now?
I think when you say best friend, it's underrated.
It feels too small.
I would say sisters.
Wow. Okay. So I think we all pray and hope to have a Sally in our life. And so can you tell me, do you remember the first day you met her?
Oh,
Think back.
That was before you were born.
Okay. So I know you're only 27. Can you take me to that first day? What was it like? Where were you working? Where was she?
We were working for a real estate company.
Okay.
Yes.
What were you guys doing? What was your job?
We were working at the front desk.
Okay.
So that's what we were doing. And we used to go to lunch together.
Oh my gosh.
We share, and we are all from the same hometown. And as a matter of fact, we thought we were friends, not knowing we are also distant relative.
Oh, wow.
Through the mother's side.
Okay.
So it's like something that we were, both of us, not expected to be.
How old were you? Do you remember how old you were when you met Sally?
When we met, I think it was, I would say about 24.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it was about 4 years after
you came to the country.
Got it, yes,
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And so at 24, I mean, neither of you had children at that age.
She had children.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, she had children because she had the children in Ghana before she moved to US.
Got it.
But I was just
you were young and running these streets.
No, not I wasn't running the street, actually. I was young and being young.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay, Mom, listen, I got this way for a reason, okay? We weren't all always saved, all right? I get it, okay. And so, I know the value, particularly after going through my divorce and moving to California, of what it's like to have a good friend through thick and thin, through tough seasons, to pray over you and also to just stand with you, And I think it's really powerful. I know that growing up, one of the things that I talk about a lot in the book is how I felt like you were alone a lot. Not just, you always had friends who you could call on for support, but I feel like in some of the tougher seasons, like when my dad got sick, it seemed like you were just on your own. Would you say that's something that you felt as well?
Okay, when your father got sick, I would say that I was alone because I always believe in God. So
that's right.
People, whenever anybody says you're alone or you this, I always respond to them. I say, I'm not alone because I have Jesus.
Amen.
That's what I always say. And because I have that faith, I never felt alone.
That's amazing.
And the only thing is, it's also, there are some people that I can also talk to. I can talk to God at my own private time.
Yes.
And then I have people, a person such like Sally.
We can support you.
Here, my husband got sick. We were here in US. And then even after here too, we went to Ghana. I was still talking to Sally. And not just Sally alone. There was another lady also that she used to call me and we discussed. She's from Jamaica.
Oh, wow.
Her name is Janet.
Yes, I remember her.
And she also, we also
support each other.
It wasn't
you had your people that helped support you.
When we got to Ghana too, I had some, how do you call it, church members.
Yeah. So community, you would say, is a huge part whenever you are living a life where you're taking care of kids, trying to be supportive, it's really important to have people around you to support you to get it to work.
Yes. But it's also good sometimes because I'm also a reserved person.
You are. You're very private.
I'm not a
yes, that's
person
true.
who if I really like so many people around me, I would have.
Yeah, and you also want to have people around you that you know. That's what I've noticed. You are at your freest when you're in a room full of people you're comfortable with.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's true. So I will say you've gone through a lot. There's so much that you could write your own book, have 15 movies. I mean, and that's only what I know because I haven't been around for your whole life. I've only been around for the part that I've been here. So I know you've survived a lot and overcome a lot. But one thing I would say about your personality that I've really come to appreciate as an older woman and also as a mom myself is how positive and optimistic you are. Even if something negative is happening, you always seem to find a way to reframe it to something positive where, it's tough, this is difficult, you'll own and tell the truth about it. This shouldn't have happened or what they did wasn't right. But then you'll say, but God has a plan, or I know I can make it through this. Have you always been like that? And if so, where do you think you got your mindset around making things always positive and seeing the good even in hard times?
I will always, because of the fear of God. And when you have that faith that I have, that's how, I brought myself to be that way. Because no person can change you.
Yeah,
no human being can change
true.
you. So it's always God. So you take God first, and you leave
everything
the rest
else comes together. Yes,
Yeah.
amen. Preach, Mom. Preach. I say it all the time. I'm always telling people, I'm like, I have a prayerful mother. So all the things you see happening in my life are from prayers that happened before me. Okay,
so that's all I can say, because I take one day at a time. And if anything negative comes, I say, hey, I know God is there.
And he's got it.
He's going to correct it.
That's right.
Positive come, I say, hey, God, I thank you. And then I keep on moving.
Yes, keep
and
it
the
moving.
Step, it's first, it's a right, left. And I'm able to reach my destination.
That's right.
And glory be to God.
Yeah. So y'all, you think that I'm the motivational speaker? I come by it honestly. Okay. So let's switch gears for a second. You have been harassing me about having children for years. Would you say that's an accurate statement?
It is absolutely true.
So, Mom, listen. You know that I have 3 incredible babies that you love. You love our babies so much.
Too.
You love them too.
Yes.
But you also feel like I must carry my own.
Of course, because God gives you your own, and at the same time, so also asks you to help others.
Others, right.
He didn't say, take care of others and leave yours.
Okay, got it. And then also, I mean, we've talked about some of the deals that you have. You've told me if I have these children that you would take them.
Of course.
Okay, so am I even having kids for me, or am I having kids to go stay with you?
You are having it for both of us.
Deal. I love that. I love it. Okay. And so recently, I've gotten divorced and I have a new partner. You've met Alex. Do you love Alex? What do you think?
Oh my goodness. I think I don't know. We click.
Yeah.
First day I saw him.
Yeah.
I just like,
he's a dream.
Okay.
He's a
He's
dream.
a very, very nice young man.
Yeah, he's incredible. I'm so blessed.
Intelligent, handsome.
Listen, let's speak the truth and shame the devil. Amen.
Also,
yes.
I mean, what one can ask for, and if it's not from God, then where else can it be?
Amen. Amen. And so obviously, Alex, wants to grow our family. He's actually been on the podcast before and talked about how excited he is to be a father and all that. And so I wanted to ask you, Mom. You've been calling me and telling me you've had dreams.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about some of these dreams that you have had about the kids that we're supposedly having.
When it comes to dreams, there has been so many dreams.
Oh, wow.
I'm a person, I'm a very prayerful. And sometimes you pray and, there is also the church TV program that comes on. So before I even lay down to sleep,
you're in church 24/7.
I would just watch it and pray with them. They do like a prayer line. I will be in, and so. But once you come off fall asleep, that's when you start seeing things. And I don't know, believe me or not, some people believe that and some don't. But I know me, and I know God, and I know what is true. So one day I remember I was sleeping when I saw like two babies were given to me.
Oh, wow.
I'm holding one on the right side and one on the left side.
Oh, my goodness.
And I said, because of course when we were praying, you're praying for God to give you your own. So then I saw that. I said, oh my goodness, what is this? And
twins.
It clicked to my eye. See, the prayers that I was praying, that's exactly what God has given me. He showed it to me.
Abundance.
But it's time for him to
bring it forth, manifest it. So I need to get it. I need to get it together. It's time for me to do this. So not just one child, but twins.
I saw one
multiple,
on the left,
and one on the right. Boys or girls?
As a matter of fact, for that I can't remember, but I know it was two babies.
It was two babies.
One left, one.
You heard it here first, you all. So expect two, because one other thing I will say, Mom, just being completely honest and transparent, we don't even have to be here. You were always right.
Yeah.
I will really say that. Like when you speak something and claim something, it has not been wrong to date. So you want to know something that you told me a long time ago that full circle I can tell you now. So I remember when I was living in my very first home I ever purchased in Baltimore. It was like it's wood, like kind of shingle straight, like in a small house, nothing nice. Yeah, that house. Hamilton. Street. That's right. Small house, the Hamilton Street house. And I remember being really proud because, to come to America and, be able to buy a home, I was proud of at least doing that much. Like, you talk about it all the time. Giving thanks to God for everything you have along the way. So it wasn't much, but I was so grateful. And I said, God, if this is all I ever have, it's enough. I'm so thankful. And obviously God had greater plans. Things have gotten more and more beyond that. But I remember when you said to me, when you were in that house, I was like, I can't even believe I have this house. And you looked at me and you said, oh, this house? God actually I already saw your house. It's bigger than this house. And you're going to be in this huge house with brick. And I'm like, well, this house isn't brick, Mom. So what are you talking about? Because this is the house I have. What are you talking about? And little did I know, I think within 5 years, we moved into our big $1 million, 7,000 square foot home. And that house was brick. Yeah. And it's interesting because I've talked about it on the podcast. I'm in a season of surrender. And you've talked about letting stuff go so you can receive, and it's just, now more than ever before, I'm really realizing some of the visions that you've discussed and I thought were already fulfilled may still be on the way.
Of course.
So in the future, if y'all see me in my big old house with my twin boys, that's made of brick, it's because this woman already prayed for it. This woman already prayed for it. So okay. So I also have your promise on record that you're going to help with these kids, right? So if it's two, I'm not doing it by myself, right?
Of course. I'm there 24/7.
24/7. I love that. I love that. So before we wrap up, you're always filled with a lot of wisdom, a lot of inspiration. You've seen a lot, you've experienced a lot, and you are still standing. So for people right now, it's a tough time in the world. People have a lot going on between finances, health issues, businesses, and just, we have a lot of moms who are listening who might be with their kids, and it's just a lot. What advice would you give them about just staying positive and knowing things will get better and doing hard work and knowing it'll still work out for them?
Right now, what advice that I can give is for the younger generations, try not to push yourself too hard for things that that is going to get you in trouble. What you have to do is rely on God. Once you have God, God can take you places that you would never ever dream.
That's good.
But if you want to depend on your own self-thinking, that is not a good way to go.
Good.
And second thing also to the parents, also we have to have patience for our children. We guide them. Nothing is perfect. There will be something that will be wrong. Sometimes some of the wrongdoing can come from us parents. But simply because we are parents, we think that we know a lot. Sometimes these children know more than we do. But what we do is we just have to be there for them, guide them, mold them. When they are in trouble, be there for them. When they are happy, celebrate with them. And, that's what life is all about. And last but not least, God first.
Yes. Ooh. On that note, enjoy your lessons, your laughs, and a little sermon for my mom. Mom, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much.
Thank you for having me.